Anybody that wants to come and sit in the presence is welcome, because it is the presence that is the portal to your own true nature. It expands the mind. It allows entry point for you to find yourself as pure awareness, as pure consciousness, as God.
What is the ultimate reality?
Everything. But most people don't experience the ultimate reality. They experience what they think, what they feel, and they think that somehow the ultimate reality, which is really another word for God, is somehow separate from them. And of course, this is not true. The ultimate reality in being realized is awareness aware of itself, and the deeper levels of that are being aware that you are every particle in the universe, and every particle in the universe is made of love. That's the ultimate reality, and that's what enlightenment is about, finding that and existing as that, aware of that, rather than existing as somebody who thinks they've been somewhere, who thinks they're going somewhere, who's not actually real. The I is imagined, it's not real. You take away imagination and the I doesn't exist. Whereas reality does exist. The ultimate reality is God, or truth, or beingness, whatever you want to call it. I don't like the word God much because it's been too polluted. But someone who's awake is knowing themselves in the moment because of the direct recognition of that in the moment as God, as everything. Unless you have a different definition of God. But my definition of God is simple. It's everything. Everything is God. Nothing is separate.
How can we experience this ultimate reality for ourselves?
So I first experienced it in 1987, a year and a half after having a chat with Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh. And I was self-inquiring, Zen style, while walking along a river in Attadale, Perth, West Australia. And I'd been self-inquiring for about 4 hours, just asking the question, who am I? Answering the question and then discounting the answer, which is a Zen methodology for self-inquiry. And at some point, it was like an echo started. Well, it felt like an echo. And I went back and back and back and back. And then I knew myself as every particle in the universe, and every particle was love. The I was completely gone, but there was a recognition of awareness aware of itself, of truth. And that was a year and a half after talking to Bhagwan. And that changed my life immeasurably, because I walked into my offices within a month of that, less than a month, 3 weeks, and gave a multi-million-dollar company to my staff and walked out absolutely broke, because I didn't want to be a businessman anymore. I wanted to find my heart, and I wanted to pursue this that I'd found, this amazing true self that I'd found.
What do Buddhists mean when they say the world is maya or illusion?
Everything you think is dream. And so most people live thinking their thoughts are real, and it's all dream. You look at a tree and then you name the tree. Now you've gone to dream. You look at a sunset and you name the sunset, or you just say, oh, that's beautiful. Now you've gone into dream. And so most human adults live in dream. They don't live in reality. Seeing the tree is reality. Seeing the sunset is reality. What you think about it is dream, maya, not real. But most people don't realize that. They think that what they're thinking is actually real. Yet they're living in a dream that is just not real. When the mind decides to shut up, you start living in reality as far as existence out here is concerned. The other reality, of course, is awareness, aware of itself, beingness itself, truth, or the ultimate reality. And that's very, very beautiful to the mind, but the mind doesn't care anymore. Someone who's woken up has gone beyond the mind. They don't care anymore. They're not living in the thought processes anymore. It's 𝐸𝐞𝐥𝐟, 𝐸𝐸, gone beyond. And so it's very different. But that has to be directly experienced by yourself. It can't be, you can't borrow that knowledge. It's worthless. I heard all about enlightenment from Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh. But I was holding it as a concept until I found myself as a universe. And then the direct experience of that was very, very different. You can't explain it to anyone. You can't understand it yourself. Your mind's not capable of understanding what's been seen. It's not capable of being described because we describe everything with reference points. And there are no reference points in beingness. None. Even calling it everything, it's like, I don't even know if that's true. It seemed like that was true. But that's using a mind that is limited. "26 years ago, I found beingness as self. The I disappeared. It just dropped. It just went away. Just dissolved. I'm always here. And I'm talking to myself because I don't see myself as separate from anyone or anything. This is lovely. No war with God. No shaking my fist at God and saying you got it wrong. Whatever's happening is meant to be happening, otherwise it wouldn't be happening. Acceptance of everything destroys any thinking. And thinking is just bullshit anyway. When awakening first occurred, I went silent for about 6 months. I didn't want to talk. It polluted the beauty of the sky that I'd found as myself. But then I realized that if I started to really, really feel a strong love for human beings. And this strong love for human beings turned into compassion for them, for the suffering that they were experiencing, thinking that they were human beings, the body and the mind. And so I started holding Satsang, teaching people how to get free. And so anybody that wants to come and sit in the presence is welcome, because it is the presence that is the portal to your own true nature. It expands the mind. It allows entry point for you to find yourself as pure awareness, as pure consciousness, as God. There's nothing else to do here. Everybody's running around thinking they're going somewhere and that they've been somewhere. Not true. That's dreaming. Take away your thoughts, and what are you? Take away your feelings, and what are you? What are you really? The answer is pure awareness. But you have to find that. Understanding it doesn't help. Everything you think is rubbish. Anything else?
Yes. How can we stay grounded in reality?
How can you not? The thing is, you cannot not be beingness. You are beingness. You're already at your final destination. People are looking for something somewhere else. It isn't somewhere else. It's here. And it's here and now. You are here. You are here already at your final destination. You are pure beingness already. You're just not aware of it. That's all. And so grounded in it. Wow, grounded in it. Wouldn't have a clue. I just am. Anything else?
Yeah, I've got one more question. People like to say higher powers are at work in our lives. What is your view on that as part of ultimate reality?
Higher powers. That's that false belief that God is separate from us. The false belief that there's something greater than us. It's out of ignorance. And it's how churches and religions begin. Creating this idea that there's something outside of us that is greater, a God outside of us, and that we actually have to pray to that God to get something. It's childishness. We are that. We are not separate from that. We are that.